Hello my dear children of ninth standard. Now in this video we are going to start a chapter from your Beehive book. The name of the chapter is chapter number 5, The Snake and the Mirror. This chapter is written by Vakam Muhammad Bashir and he has written this story in Malayalam, and from Malayalam V. Abdullah has translated into English. So now let us begin the story, but before that I'll give you short summary of the story. So The Snake and the Mirror. The story is narrated by the writer. The writer tells us the story which was told to him by the homeopathic doctor. As we can see from the title, The Snake and the Mirror, these are the two most important things in the story. This homeopathic doctor encountered a snake. The snake fell on the doctor. When the snake saw itself in the mirror, it got more interested in that, and the doctor's life was saved. So let us begin the story. This is the story about a snake. It had entered into the narrator's room. The narrator is a doctor. He had just started his practice those days. It was a hot summer night. The doctor had his meals at the restaurant and returned home. The rented house was not electrified. Means in the house in which the homeopathic doctor was living was not electrified. So he lighted the kerosene lamp. Now, as this is very old story, so at that time no electricity was there. As it has mentioned that the rented house was not electrified, so he lighted the kerosene lamp. Then he took off his coat and shirt and opened the two windows. After some time, he settled on the chair and took out a book. There was a large mirror on the table. Those days the doctor bothered much about his looks. So he started observing himself in the mirror. He therefore picked up the comb and parted his hair. He looked at his reflection in the mirror. Then he practiced an attractive smile. The room had many rats. They constantly made a noise. The doctor got up. He lit a beedi. He paced up and down the room because he was feeling a little bit uncomfortable. So the thought of his marriage came to him. He thought of marrying a wealthy doctor. His wife had to be fat, so she won't catch him if he ran away. He came back and sat at the table. The sound of the rats had stopped. Suddenly there was a dull thud. Dull thud means some noise was made like falling of something on the ground. As he turned his head, a fat snake landed over his shoulder. Before the doctor could think of anything, the snake had coiled around his left arm above the elbow. His hood was spread out, means his face was spread out. His head was hardly 3 or 4 inches from his face. The doctor sat there as if he were a piece of stone. He thought of only one help, the help from God. It seemed God appreciated that. The snake turned its head and looked into the mirror. Now what happened in the story that the snake then unwound itself from the doctor's arm. Means the snake released itself from the doctor's arm. He fell into his lap. From there, it crept on the table. Then it moved towards the mirror. And as it moved towards the mirror, apparently it wanted to see its reflection more closely. This was the doctor's opportunity. Very slowly, he got up from the chair. He ran out of the house in no moments. He reached a friend's house and spent his time there. He came back to his house only next morning. It was about 8:30. He had with him his friend and one or two others. They had to move his things from there. Means now the homeopathic doctor had decided not to live in that house. However, they had little to carry. As the doctor was bachelor, so he didn't have lot of stuff, so they had little to carry. Some thief had taken away most of his things. Now there was no sign of the snake also. Means the homeopathic doctor got theft. And also on the next morning when he came, there was no sign of the snake. So my dear students, this was the summary of the chapter, The Snake and the Mirror. Read the chapter, watch the video. Soon I'll send you all the question answers. Thank you.